Hey, Isabel. Before I tell you every single time, you paid the bill, right?
Hello, Nancy. Bill? What are you talking about?
Don't be silly. I left the credit card bill at the entrance so that you can notice.
Yes, you left an envelope. Don't worry, I didn't open it.
Oh God, you wasted my thoughtfulness, and what, are you trying to harass your mother-in-law?
Huh? Harassing you? What kind of thoughtfulness was it? The envelope was under your name. I would look at it if it was addressed to me or Sean, but I would never look at an envelope addressed to you.
I put it where you could see it on purpose. It's your job to read my intentions. I'm trying to let you know in a roundabout way to express how much I care about you, but you're not a good wife if you ignore that kindness. You don't understand unless I tell you straight out. Anyway, please transfer $1,000 in my bank account as soon as possible.
$1,000? Nancy, what did you spend that much amount on?
I went out for a French course dinner with Sean and John, my two lovely sons. And I also bought some new clothes, so that's a total payment of $1,000.
Huh? I haven't heard anything from Sean, not my business.
I thought I should give Sean a gift for quitting job and John for getting a job. It's a celebration for my beloved sons. I'm sure he didn't tell you out of concern for you. He must be scared of you. If you want to be a good wife, just shut up and transfer $1,000.
It's not like I wanted you to ask me out too, but this is too much. I mean, this is such a waste of money and we have our lives to live. I can't pay you.
Well, what a heartless person. You don't do any housework or take care of Sean, and you dare to stand up against your family. Why did he marry such a hopeless person like you?
Excuse me, I do housework like cleaning and laundry. I can't cook dinner because of work, but I cook meals for a week on the weekends.
Shut up. Don't make excuses like that and admit what I say. Meals? Oh, that disgusting looking object. Are you asking me to eat that thing? You've got to be kidding me.
Nancy, that's too much. I have to work every day and do housework on my days off, and I'm doing the best as I can to cook meals. If you don't like it that much, I'd appreciate it if you could cook for us once in a while since you don't have a job.
Well, you want a mother-in-law to cook for you. You should know who I am. You're so brazen, you dare to use me? You're a truck driver, aren't you? Is it because you work with men that you have such a big attitude? You're a truck driver woman, but you're not good enough. You're not strong enough. How can you work?
Nancy, that's old-fashioned. These days, my company has a lot of female staff, and they do less physical work. By the way, I heard that John got a job at a transportation company.
Oh, you knew. He got a job at Shooting Star Transportation, a famous local company. It's different from the low-class transportation companies where an incompetent people like you would work.
No matter how useless I am, it doesn't mean that the company is also low-class.
You're really a person who never stops talking. You are a useless and incompetent wife, that's all. Just shut up and listen to me. Anyway, transfer $1,000 to my account as soon as possible. Also, I have to eat delivery food every night because of your tasteless leftovers. Make sure you transfer an additional $500, understand? I mean, that's not enough, not even close.
That's more than what we pay for our own food. We can't afford that much. It's the money you guys spend, so please pay by yourselves.
I'm giving you a chance to be a good wife because you're useless, so why don't you thank me? If you can't even do that, then I can't help you anymore. If you despise the feelings of family, I will ask you to leave this house.
I'll talk to Sean about it.
What's the point? Even if you talk to that boy, my orders are absolute. Even he will agree with me. I'm in a hurry too. If you haven't made the transfer by tomorrow, be prepared. I'll punish you severely.
Hey, Sean, can I talk to you about something?
What is it?
Your mother wants me to pay her $1,500 of her credit card bill and the food expense.
What? $1,500? But no choice if Mom said so.
It's $1,500. She doesn't even work, and I can't believe she's spent that much. And why didn't you tell me that you went to a French restaurant with her and John?
Oh, I forgot. She treated me since I quit my job.
She is so rude. Why don't you say anything to her? She's your mother. I'm the one who gets told off. You know how hard she treats me, how much she punishes me around.
Well, yes.
Your wife is having a hard time and you never tell her. When I heard she was throwing away my meals, I was speechless.
I'm sure she didn't mean to. Mom says no, and I can't help it. She's getting old, and you'll be safe as long as you listen to her and don't make a big deal out of it.
I do my job, I do the housework, I'm tired, but I still trying my best to take care of the house. She tells me I'm incompetent even though I do my best. Your mother treats me like a slave.
That's an exaggeration. Mom is just a little bit, well, outspoken.
I don't even have my husband on my side. I don't know if I can take it anymore. I'm hurt.
Don't say that. Just hang in there.
Enough. It's not worth talking to you.
Isabel, did you transfer the $1,500?
I didn't. I clearly told you that I can't, so you have to do something about it yourself.
You are so stubborn, aren't you? What do you think you are doing after I told you so clearly yesterday that even you, an incompetent person, could understand? Just by transferring $1,500, I will forgive you for your selfish behavior up to now.
$1,500 is a lot of money and not for a necessary expense, but for a luxury expense. I can't pay it. Aren't you the one who is acting selfishly?
That's quite a thing to say, isn't it? You really are a useless wife. You got some nerve to go against me. Don't you understand? As I have told you many times, my orders are absolute.
Yesterday, I told Sean that you demanded the payment of $1,500.
He told me too. I heard that you said I treat you like a slave. Even though you were incompetent, were you aware that you were a slave? That made me laugh. But a slave means absolute obedience. You are not conscious enough to be a slave if you resist me.
I don't like that kind of treatment. I am not your slave. He even told that to you? I can't believe it.
Of course, he's my precious son. He's a good boy who listens to everything his mother says. Of course, John too. They are the sons who never hide anything from me because of the way I raise them. My sons are perfect, unlike some incompetent trash wife who can't even be a slave.
I'm sorry for making meals for the whole week at once, but as you know, I'm working. When I married him, both of you and he agreed to it.
Even if I could forgive you for making the food for the whole week, I didn't think you were this incompetent wife who wouldn't even listen to her mother-in-law. He was completely fooled, and so am I. I guess I'll have to ask for a divorce.
What? Why would you do that?
You are a woman, but you work in the transportation business, and you are a wife, but you can't even listen to your mother-in-law's orders. You are so pathetic. I feel sorry for my son. I'll tell him to leave this trash right away. He's too good for you. He's going to get a well-classed, good-natured wife who is kind to me.
If you asked him to get divorced, would he listen to you right away? We love each other, you know.
You're an idiot. I'm sure he wants to get divorced too. He said he doesn't want a strong-willed wife like you who would disobey his mother.
Oh no, I've lost hope to both of you.
Say whatever you want. A trashy wife like you will never get married, work for a transportation company for the rest of your life. I'll have him write the divorce papers as soon as possible, so you better respond.
Yes, ma'am.
Well then, I don't even want to see your face, so I want you to pack up your things and leave today. Don't ever step into our house again. It's like the air is polluted when you're in my house.
I understand. I will never have anything to do with you and your family again.
Hey, Isabel, what is going on? Can you explain? Is it true that Sean was fired from the company?
What is it? It seems like you're really in a panic. We are divorced, so I am a stranger to you. But well, let me tell you, it's true. You didn't know?
That can't be true, because he said he left that company to change jobs.
I heard that he was negligent and absent without permission, and turned on his boss who warned him about it. It seems that kind of repeated attitude went too far.
That's right. He's being sued in civil court by a woman who seems to be the victim. He actually did that? He never said a word about it to me. Oh no. Isabel, I want you to get back with him and pay the settlement. You still have feelings for him, don't you? I can't take care of him because John's going to make a lot of money. I don't want a son who did such a shameful thing.
Is Sean the only one you don't want? You don't know anything. From what I've heard, he also did sexual harassment to female colleagues at the company, and that's probably one of the reasons.
Huh?
It seems he caused an accident because of DUI while on duty and were fired from his previous transportation company. He hid the fact and didn't report it to the company that offered him the job, even though his license was suspended. It's outrageous that he would mispresent his employment status, and even more outrageous that he would DUI while on duty.
That's not true. A serious John would never do such a thing.
If you don't believe me, why don't you ask himself? I mean, I'm not sure when you will be able to talk to him. I don't think he will be at your house.
What do you mean?
I heard that Shooting Star Transportation reported for false declaration and concealment. He is accompanied by the police on suspicion of fraud and is now in custody at the police station.
What? What do you mean? That can't be. He's not at home and he's not answering the phone. Isabel, who are you? Are you stalking him? How do you know his history?
Stalking? No way, he's not even worth it. Actually, it's because I'm the president of Shooting Star Transportation.
Huh? What?
I was at an important business meeting when he was having an interview for the job, so I didn't notice because I didn't see him.
That's a lie. An incompetent person like you can't possibly be the president. I won't allow you to try to trick me. I will sue you.
If you don't trust me, why don't you see their website? Even John should have at least checked the president of the company he went to interview with. It is listed at the top of the page with my real name and photo. Well, I'm a professional myself, so I wouldn't have hired someone like him anyway.
Oh, it is true. What a surprise.
Do you understand now? Thank you for being so surprised that you lost your words. He also applied for the job without knowing that I am the president of Shooting Star Transportation. I inspected his license number and found out that his license was suspended. I checked with his former employer and found out that he had an accident due to DUI while on duty. Furthermore, they told me that he had damaged the company truck, was fired, and had been ordered to pay compensation.
I do not believe it. I won't believe it. It's a lie. It has to be a lie. I don't believe that my great boy was fired for DUI.
Do you know DUI is a criminal offense, regardless how many times he has done it? Did he have any money? Where did he get the money to pay the fine?
Huh? The fine? He needed $10,000 to get into a company, so I borrowed it from Payday Loan. Don't tell me he used that money to pay for the DUI fine.
It seems I was right. What is going to happen to John? Because of the fraud, will he be put into jail? If he gets a criminal record, it will be hard for him to get another job.
Oh no, Sean is also being sued and even John is being arrested.
Those brothers are shit. They are doing the same thing. I'm so glad I got divorced before I got involved. Thank you.
Hey, Isabel, you're the president of Shooting Stars, right? You have power, right? Since we once had a relationship, could you get John hired and keep quiet about the violations and suspensions? You must make a lot of money if you're the president, right? You can cover the necessary expenses for me and my 2 sons.
No, think about it. It was me, the president, who made the decision to turn him down, right? There is no way I would hire him. I cannot live forever with a devilish mother-in-law who treats me like a slave and mommy boy sons who cannot support their wives.
Let's start over, please. Don't say it like that. I'll be nice to you and I won't call you incompetent. If the president of Shooting Star Transportation is a relative of mine, I'd be proud of myself.
I'm sorry, but I politely decline. You were proud of your sons, weren't you? Do your best to clean up your scum brother's mess. I have nothing to do with this. Goodbye. Please don't contact me again. I'm busy.
Oh no, wait a minute. Isabel, help us.
John, who had his job offer turned down, was charged with fraud for filing a false report to Shooting Star Transportation. He was also found to have been driving without a license during the period of suspension. My ex-husband settled with the victim of sexual harassment and fortunately the lawsuit was discharged. The settlement was $10,000. He had no such savings. He cried out to his mother for help and she started to borrow money from Payday Loan. She was forced to repay about $20,000 in debts and pay off a truck worth few $1,000s. Isabel and Sean moved to a public housing and are living while working and paying back the tremendous amount of money. On the other hand, my recent situation is that Shooting Star Transportation is a company where a lot of women work, and the fine service we provide has become famous and it has even been featured in a magazine. As a female president, I am also working hard to make the company bigger and bigger by doing my best. Of course, I am also improving myself and looking for a new love.